We have all experienced change. If you can't think of one, an easy example is growing up. You were once this tiny little baby that has now grown and changed into an adult. And while we will change more and more over with time, change is always happening somewhere, whether it's with you or with work. For some, dealing with change is simple and the transition can be done easily. However, for the rest of us who have a hard time with change and maybe even hate change with a passion because, well, we like what we're comfortable with and tend to get the boot for it. For example, when looking up job opportunities online, you can usually see in the requirements or skills section that employers look for individuals who can adapt to a fast-paced, changing environment. When you cannot transition to the changes along with everyone, there are sadly some cases that you do get cut, which I can say I have experienced. However, sometimes it isn't the individuals working under an employer that causes the problem when change is needed, whether it's within a business, corporation, organization, etc. If not handled correctly, transitions can be difficult. So how does this problem get solved? Well, as an employer, a great way to handle changes that need to be made is by using a model that was created by Lewin, a German-American psychologist, called Lewin's change model. This model consists of 3 stages: unfreeze, change or move, and freeze. Lewin's change model has 8 unique steps total throughout the 3 stages. In the first stage, unfreeze, the importance of it is to create urgency, form a powerful coalition, and create a vision for change. In the second stage, change or move, communicating the vision, empowering action, and creating quick wins will help transition individuals or groups with the change that is happening. And the final stage, freeze. Over time, workers will learn to build on the change and make it stick. Now, I'll use my own personal situation as an example. When I was working on an assembly line for the summer at a company that sold and packed school supplies, there was a change in not only location, but staffing as well, which was actually not the difficult part of the change. Even though the senior assembly workers had to teach the new supervisor how to do her job at times, the parts of this change that was probably the reason why no one that had worked there for the last 3+ years was called back was that the changes they were making, whether it was from the timing of when products were brought over or the lack of communication, it was just really poorly explained and created. I'm not sure how the company is doing now, but about 90% of the workers that summer were not called back the following year. Now, I'd just like to add a little anecdote before I'm done. One interesting suggestion that I came to see in my research was that the change model that we know to be developed by Lewin is said to be not true. Now, after reading this, it made me a bit hesitant on whether I should have labeled the model as Lewin's in this, but there are many sources that continue to recognize it as his. I'm still puzzled by this suggestion, but it's because if it wasn't Lewin who developed it, then who did? Something to think about. Or if you are intrigued enough by this, you could probably look more into this after this video. Well, we have reached the end. I hope this was as informative to you as it was for me, because whether the change is at work or something you are working on personally, Lewin's change model will come in handy because change is something you cannot avoid. Let me know if you have any questions at the end of this video. Thank you for watching.